Question that we are answering today is, which Africans changed Christianity forever? There's a misconception that has been created that Christianity is European and not African. And people wonder why Africans should actually believe in Christianity, which is a white man's religion. Now, what many people don't understand is that actually Africa contributed to the development of Christianity more than Europeans did. So in today's video, we are answering the question, which Africans changed Christianity forever? Out of the many Africans who influenced Christianity in the early centuries of Christianity, we are going to sample only 6 of them. The first part will look at the first 3 church fathers, and the last part, which will be the 4th program, will be looking at the last 3 church fathers. Now, we begin with one of the most influential African church father, influential not just to Africa or because he was African, but to Christianity as a whole. In fact, his legacy still lingering now, and his impact is still being felt even up to now. And this is no other than Augustine of Hippo. He was born in 354 AD and died in 430 AD. Born in the ancient city of Takeste in Oman, North Africa, which is modern-day South Harris in Algeria, Augustine of Hippo emerged as one of the most influential figures in the history of Christianity. His journey from a life of worldly pursuits to becoming one of the church's greatest theologians is a testament to the transformative power of the Christian faith. Augustine's writings continue to wield a significant influence over theology and philosophy. He stands out as the most prolific writer, leaving behind a legacy of 113 books, 218 letters, and over 500 sermons. Augustine's theological insights, rooted in his African heritage and experiences, resonated deeply with the believers across the Roman Empire and beyond. His seminal work, Confessions, stands as a timeless exploration of the human condition and the journey of the soul towards God. In Confessions, Augustine candidly reflects on his own struggles with sin, his eventual conversion to Christianity. Through introspective meditations and profound theological reflections, he invites readers to embark on a spiritual pilgrimage, seeking a reconciliation with God and finding solace in the divine grace. Augustine's contribution to Christian theology extends far beyond Confessions. His masterpiece, The City of God, written in response to the fall of Rome, provides a comprehensive vision of human history and the nature of God's kingdom. In The City of God, Augustine grapples with the profound questions of evil, justice, and the destiny of nations. City of God in particular is studied in universities worldwide, spanning disciplines from philosophy to political science. Drawing on his African roots and classical education, he articulates a theology of history that emphasizes the sovereignty of God and the ultimate triumph of the heaven city over earthly powers. Moreover, Augustine's theological teachings on original sin, divine grace, free will continue to shape Christian doctrine to this day. His profound insights into the human condition and the redemptive power of Christ's sacrifice have inspired generations of theologians and believers worldwide. It is important to note that not only Augustine's writings influenced Christianity in general, it actually influenced the Reformation, which happened 1,000 years after he had died. Now, the key figures of the Reformation we include Martin Luther, Zwingli, and men like John Calvin, are renowned for propounding and talking about how the Roman Catholic Church had moved away from Orthodox Christianity and become corrupt and become institutionalized and secularized and all sorts of things. These men were actually inspired by the writing of Augustine. Augustine is also known as a man who coined the word predestination and many other concepts that are known today, as we have already talked about. Now, John Calvin is renowned and celebrated by Reformed theology or by people that believe in predestination. Now, one of John Calvin's most important scholarly work is called the Institute of Christian Religion. Now, when you look at that writing, which I've reviewed and is very much revered by Calvinists, it was not Calvin's original work. It is based on the writing of Augustine, who had died 1,000 years earlier. And that is very, very interesting, and that is how significant this man contributed to Christianity. From his humble beginnings in North Africa to his enduring legacy as one of Christian's greatest thinkers, Augustine of Hippo exemplifies the richness and diversity of African Christianity. His writings continue to offer profound spiritual nourishment and intellectual stimulation, inviting believers to deepen their faith and engage with the mysteries of God's grace. Wish that we can have more people, more theologians today with the intellectual acumen of Augustine to be able to engage, particularly dealing with the contemporary issues that are affecting Christianity today and the world at large. Let's provide a summary of the legacy and influence of Augustine of Hippo. Augustine, born 354 AD and died 430 AD, birthplace, Tagaste, Roman North Africa. Theological legacy, he was transformed from a life of worldly pursuits to an influential theologian, deeply rooted theological insights in African heritage. His seminal work includes the Confessions, Exploring the Human Condition and Journey to God, magnum opus, or most important works, The City of God, Shaping the Theological Discourse on Human Conditions. Doctrinal contributions, theological teachings on original sin, divine grace and free will. Influence on Christian doctrine worldwide, shaping theological discourse on the human condition. What is Augustine's enduring impact? Inspiration for generations of theologians and believers, exemplifies richness and diversity of African Christianity, legacy of deep spiritual nourishment and intellectual stimulation. So that was Augustine. Let's now direct our attention to another prominent African church father by the name of Athanasius of Alexandria. He was a towering figure in the defense of the Orthodox Christianity. Orthodox meaning the real Christianity, the right Christianity, or the right teaching or correct teaching. He was born in the 3rd century in 296 AD and died in 373 AD. Athanasius rose to prominence as a champion of the Nicene Creed amidst theological turmoil. Athanasius' steadfast commitment to the divinity of Christ and the doctrine of the Trinity earned him the title Father of Orthodox, a testament to his unwavering dedication to preserving the faith handed down from the apostles. At the heart of Athanasius' theological legacy lies his defense of the Nicene Creed formulated at the Council of Nicaea in 325. In the face of Arianism, which denied Christians full divinity, Athanasius fearlessly defended the Orthodox belief in the consubstantiality of the Father and of the Son. Now, the background to this is that there is a man who arose from Africa again, from Alexandria, by the name of Arius, who denied that Christ was fully divine. He believed that Christ was less than God, that Christ was created. From his theological understanding, he believed that God was indivisible. In other words, God is not divided, cannot be divided. Claiming that Christ was God meant that God was divided. And for him, he could not just take that. If there was any theological doctrine that divided the church and caused consternation in Christianity, Arianism was such a doctrine. And I don't think there was ever any other doctrine that affected Christianity as Arianism did. You may not know that actually the doctrine of the Jehovah's Witnesses is based on Arius' doctrine of Christology, on the divinity of Jesus Christ. In the face of Arianism, which denied Christ's full divinity, Athanasius fearlessly defended the Orthodox belief in consubstantiality of the Father and the Son. His seminal work on the Incarnation remains a classic treatise on Christology, affirming the mystery of the Incarnation and the union of divine and human natures in Jesus Christ. Through profound theological insights and persuasive argumentation, Athanasius articulated the orthodox understanding of Christ's nature and salvific work. Moreover, Athanasius' leadership as the Bishop of Alexandria played a pivotal role in safeguarding the faith amidst persecution and political intrigue. Despite facing exile multiple times for his beliefs, Athanasius remained resolute in his defense of the Orthodox Christianity, inspiring countless believers to stand faith in their faith. And we need such men today in the face of so much controversies, so much false doctrines, that will be able to defend the faith, that will be examples, to be able to see that other believers emulate them in following the true faith of Christianity. Athanasius' legacy continues to resonate in the life of the Church, serving as a beacon of theological clarity and doctrinal fidelity. His unwavering commitment to the Orthodox faith, even in the face of adversity, reminds us of the enduring power of truth and the courage of those who defend it. As we reflect on the life and legacy of Athanasius of Alexandria, let us draw inspiration from his example of steadfast faithfulness and unwavering commitment to the truth of the gospel. May his legacy continue to inspire many generations of believers, and I hope that you also can be inspired by the life of Athanasius, his commitment to defend the Christian faith. If you're a Christian, you should be able to be encouraged to do that and also play your small role in the defense of Christianity. May his legacy continue to inspire future generations to stand firm in the defense of Orthodox Christian doctrine. Let's look at a brief summary of Athanasius. Born in Alexandria in 296 AD to 373. Birthplace Alexandria, Egypt. Theological legacy, defender of Orthodox doctrine, notably against Arianism. He was a leading figure at the Nicean Conference, the first church conference in 325 AD. He is the one who defended the church against Arianism, which resulted in Arius being condemned as a heretic and later on being exiled. Title: Father of Orthodox, Champion of Nicene Creed. Seminal work on the Incarnation, articulating Orthodox understanding of the Incarnation. Leadership as a Bishop of Alexandria. Doctrinal contributions, defense against Arianism and affirmation of Christ's divinity. Articulation of Orthodox understanding of the Incarnation. Influence of Christological doctrine and biblical interpretation. What was his enduring impact? Legacy of theological clarity and doctrinal fidelity. Inspiration of theologians and defenders of faith. Reminders of enduring power of truth in Christian discourse. Let's look at a third church father who contributed to the development of Christian thought and theological discourse by the name of Cyril, also of Alexandria. Remember, we had mentioned of the role that Alexandria played in developing theologians because it had theological schools that were in parallel to any place in Asian cities of those days. Journey through African Christianity leads us to Cyril of Alexandria, a towering figure in theological debates and defender of Christological orthodox. Hailing from Egypt, Cyril's influence extended far beyond the borders of homeland, leaving the indelible mark on the development of Christian theology. At the heart of Cyril's theological legacy lies his defense of the Orthodox understanding of Christ's nature, particularly in the face of Nestorian heresy, which threatened to divide the church. Now, this Nestorian heresy, which was dealt with in the Ephesus Church Council of 431 AD, actually said that Christ had two independent natures. As a patriarch of Alexandria, Cyril presided over the Council of Ephesus in 431 AD, where he vehemently opposed Nestorian's teachings and affirmed the title Theotokos for Mary, the mother of Jesus. Now, we've dealt with this topic of Theotokos, which answered the question as to who are the two popes who divided Christianity forever. Now, Cyril's theological writings include 5 tomes against Nestorius, provide a robust defense of the unity of Christ's personhood and the inseparability of his divine and human natures. Through his eloquent arguments and careful theological reasoning, Cyril articulated the orthodox understanding of the Incarnation, affirming that Christ is truly God and truly human. The core beliefs of Nestorianism. Nestorius, 5th century theologian and Patriarch of Constantinople, emphasized the distinction between human and divine natures of Jesus Christ. He advocated for the idea of 2 natures in Christ, asserted separate human and divine aspects within Christ, as I'd mentioned earlier. Moreover, Cyril's influence extended beyond the theological controversies to biblical interpretations and pastoral care. His commentary on the Gospel of John, known as the Commentary on the Gospel of John, remains a valuable resource for scholars and theologians, offering insights into deeper spiritual meanings of Scripture. As the shepherd of souls, Cyril was deeply committed to the spiritual welfare of his flock, providing pastoral guidance and support amidst challenges of his time. His pastoral letters and sermons offer timeless wisdom and pastoral insight, reflecting his deep concern for spiritual well-being of his people. Cyril's legacy continues to inspire theologians and believers alike, serving as a reminder of the importance of theological clarity and doctrinal fidelity in the life of the church. And this is what we need today. We need people who are clear-minded, people who are educated, anointed, and yet humble, people who are able to defend Christianity today from the adverse enemies that we are having today than never before, as the age of this world draws close to the end. The stage for the coming of the Antichrist has actually already been prepared. Remember that Paul in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, Paul talks about the man of sin, the mystery of iniquity, and he talks about this man who is going to come. And he says only that holds him from being revealed is actually holding him now. Now remember, the pressure for this man to be revealed has existed since the 1st century AD. So how much more is he now more ready to be revealed? His unwavering commitment to Christological orthodox and his tireless efforts to defend the faith against heresy serve as a beacon of light in a world of theological confusion. As we reflect on the life and legacy of Cyril of Alexandria, let us draw inspiration from his example of theological courage and pastoral care. May his teachings continue to guide us in our journey of faith and deepen our understanding of the mysteries of Christ's incarnation. Let's summarize Cyril's legacy. Born 376 AD to 444 AD, birthplace Alexandria, Egypt. Theological legacy, defender of Christological orthodox against Nestorianism, presided over the Council of Ephesus, affirming title Theotokos for Mary, the mother of Jesus, pioneering theological writings and biblical interpretation, pastoral care for spiritual welfare of his flock, doctrine contributions, defense of Christological orthodox against Nestorianism, affirmation of title Theotokos, Mary, the mother of Jesus, influence on subsequent Christological doctrine and biblical interpretation. What was Cyril's enduring impact? Cyril's enduring impact include rigors of theological college and pastoral care, influence on subsequent Christian theologians and defenders of Orthodox Christianity, continued inspiration for understanding the mystery in Christ's incarnation. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. I hope this video has inspired you and encouraged you in your Christian walk, or if you're not a Christian, in just better understanding Christianity. Hopefully you make a decision to be a child of God. Now, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be able to be notified. And also don't forget to comment, to like, and also to share this video. Thank you very much. This has been Dr. K on Tell Me Dr. K, a channel on which no question is off limit. We'll see you on the last part of this topic.